Hallo Rian.
Hallo, hoe gaan dit?
Goed en jy? Hoe's dit?
Baie goed. Baie dankie.
Okay, wag, dat ek eers kyk of ons nou regtig live is.
Cool.
Ons behoort live te wees.
Ja, intussen, kan jy glo oor 'n week is dit Desember?
Oh, nee.
Ja, hulle sê mos as jy
crazy.
Ja, hulle sê mos as jy seker goed begin sê dan as jy oud. As jy sê, kan jy glo gou die jaar verbygegaan? But it really feels like that.
Dat is nou maar oud. Ja.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to check on my side.
Okay, it's
yes,
live.
we are definitely live. I'm also just going to share it. So long. And then we're like 2 minutes early, but it's okay. We'll wait for people to come on and join.
Ja. Ons het al comments. Roy se eerste, Lieshantai.
There we go.
Ja.
Yay!
Ja, ek verwag niemand anders nie en ek verwag niks minder van haar nie.
Yeah. No, we have such awesome people following us and ons het fans wat ons follow, ons het followers wat ons follow, ons het vriende, ons het haters, ons het stalkers, ons het monitoring spirits. Everybody is following us. Yeah. And obviously the yet undecided.
Ja, die wat nou nog nie weet waar wil hulle inpas nie.
Correct. Yes.
Ja.
So yeah, it's very interesting.
So wat het julle vandag geëet? Wat het jy vir aandete gehad?
Pasta with sausage and basil pesto. Boerewors en basil pesto pasta.
Julle, dit klink verskriklik lekker.
Dit is, want onthou boerewors het al die speserye goed klaar in, so you don't have to really spice the food much when you add boerewors to your dinner.
Yes. Nee, dit klink baie lekker. Ek het loaded fries geëet met mushrooms en bacon en eie en green pepper en sulke goed. Dit was baie lekker geweest.
You know what I say about people who love loaded fries?
They loaded?
Yes.
I'm a loaded object. In elk geval. So Lieshantai sê ons voor hallo. Lieshantai sê sy lag klaar. Carolies is hier. Hallo Carolies. En Janice, Gwen, Susan, LZ, Angelique, Leshay en Audrey. Dis maar meestal swatters, né?
Yes, amazing. And that's why I say we actually do have awesome people supporting us. And it's so nice to see all of you here. I just want to say something, as ek mag.
Jy mag.
En ek probeer dit met 'n ernstige gesig te doen, is dat ek wil net nou al onverskoning vra, as ek baie lelik kan lag vanaand, because I usually turn off the camera when I do that. And I've also tried to make videos about this, what we are going to talk about tonight, a few times, and then I just laugh so much that I can't do it. So ek vra net byvoorbeeld onverskoning for ugly laughing if it happens, but I'm going to try my best to do this as tranquil and peaceful as possible.
Nee, spaar ons die professionaliteit.
Okay.
Just be yourself, né? Hallo Jolandi, Meladia, en Annel. So ja, ek dink nie ons gaan nou vir nog mense hallo sê nie, maar julle is ook welkom om tussenin vrae te vra. So ek en Rian gaan wegskop met Rian, hoekom het jy 'n avatar by jou? Jy is so blou mannetjie en ek het hier vir Annabel en ek weet almal is soos, net nie dit nie. So hoekom het ons dit vanaand hier gesit?
Okay, so the backstory of that, and it was a surprise to me as well when you did it, obviously, because ek het nie weet jy gaan dit doen nie, maar ek het nogal baie kontak met mense wat nog steeds in satanisme en in die okkulte betrokke is, especially people who are trying to get out. So ek het hele kontak met daai mense en hulle stuur vir my gereeld screenshots van WhatsApp groepe wat so-called occult groups is, en ek gaan sê hoekom ek sê so-called, waar ons natuurlik bespreek word gereeld.
Ek en jy.
Yeah. So they've given us certain code names. So there's actually 4 people, actually 5, that quite often gets discussed in these satanic forums and occult groups, and everybody has a code name because they're obviously trying to, I think sometimes they just don't want to be held liable, because it is about targeting people. It's not just banter. There's people that seeing as big threats to Satanism, and the occult and to paganism apparently as well now. And we are on that list. You can call it a hit list if you want. But our code names, so Ardalis Annabelle in Akers Avatar, which I'm a bit disappointed with that I'm Avatar, not Chucky. But that is my name on the hit list. When people talk about me, I'm referred to as Avatar in Ardalis Annabelle.
Okay, yeah, so nou weet julle hoekom het ons dit opgeset.
Yes, and then I think something else to mention. What brought this live on, or the theme for tonight, for this evening, is that ons het soveel mense wat ek dink bekommerd is. I think that is the word. Mees akkurate woord. I'm concerned. I'm protective. So it's a good thing behind it. Maar mense wat bekommerd is oor jou en my, wat op sekere mense se Facebook pages en op sekere mense se TikTok lives en op sekere organisasies recently, hulle sien posts wat oor ons gemaak word, waar ons by ons name genoem word, en dan stuur mense vir my screenshots van hierdie posts. And then I always say, you know what, like it really doesn't matter. So ek dink vanaand gaan ons verduidelik hoekom die goed nie saak maak nie, why it actually is of no consequence. En ek wil ook graag vanaand net miskien deel wat die laaste 2 jaar gebeur het met van hierdie posts, specifically a specific person, so post wat oor my al gemaak is in die laaste 2 jaar. En I hope it will put Christians, that it will put their minds at ease, so that hulle kan verstaan hoekom ek sê it really is of no consequence and why it doesn't bother me. Want ja, ek dink dit kom uit 'n punt van concern, and I think people are really concerned, and I value that. So moet asseblief nie dink as jy een van daai mense is wat vir my die goed stuur, but I certainly don't go and look at it, because I'm blocked. I'm blocked on all those platforms, so I can't go and read this stuff. Maar baie mense stuur vir my posts wat gemaak is of like screen recordings van videos, en dan sê hulle vir my, hulle is rarig, like wat nou, wat moet hulle doen nie oor, and then it's almost like people say, but you should be concerned, like is jy nie bekommerd oor slander en libel en daai tipe goedie. And I think what a lot of people forget about me personally is I actually met Christ in person, like I had an encounter, right? So vanaf dit gebeur het, a lot of things don't actually matter to me. I mean, dis nie net hierdie tipe goed nie, dit is 'n klomp goeders. Like, it suddenly just didn't matter to me, because once you have a certain level of peace and content and happiness, daai tipe goed really does not matter. En ek wil ook vanaand graag deel hoe God daai goed al gebruik het in die laaste 2 jaar, because this has been going on for just over 2 years, where Satanists and occultists, and also, as we've seen now, pagans, if they are pagans, actually, have made certain posts and try to intimidate us and things, and why it doesn't actually matter. So ek hoop ek kan vanaand dit verduidelik.
Okay. So, kom ons praat daaroor. Kom ons, ek sien jy hier sê hierso, any publicity is good publicity.
Especially for the kingdom of God. Especially for the kingdom of God. Yes. No, absolutely.
En ons het al baie gesê, Rian, toe jy satanist was jy op die voorblad van die rapport. And that was a good thing. Because when you gave your life to Christ, you took Jesus to the papers again. So God is nie confused nie, hy is baie strategic. Ons weet net nie altyd wat die strategy is nie, right?
Correct. But I also stopped asking what the strategy is. But
Yes.
I used to be obsessed with it initially, like when God would tell me directly, like, um, let me use it, forget about it.
Yeah.
Toe was ek amper obsessed, maar how are you going to use it? Hoe gaan God dit goed gebruik op die ou end? Like, I wanted to understand, but I've stopped even asking, but especially since I've seen how it's used and how God has used it and how God has used slander, even from Christians that made videos about me. So ek is nou op 'n stadium van nie nou nie, al 'n jaar actually in this platform in my lewe van make 20,000 videos if you want, 200,000, mark super posts what you will. It actually doesn't affect me. It really honestly doesn't. It doesn't say funny goed is generally snaaks. So I am going to read some of the stuff tonight. I'm not going to bore you with all the facile analogies and statements. But I'm going to read some parts that I thought is very interesting. And I'm really going to try to keep my cool. Laat ek nie lag nie. Maar ja, die punt is ook dat so we're not gonna, because again, we don't expose people. I don't think we need to call people out by their names. Almal, party mense gaan weet van wie ons praat. Party mense gaan nie weet jy dis okay. But the reason, and I mean, I've never in the last 2.5 years, when I've spoken about my time in Satanism and in the occult, or spoken about what they are busy with, I've never actually mentioned a person by name, ever.
Ja.
En ek dink ook nie jy het dit al gedoen nie. So die rede daarvoor is that we don't want to expose people in work. I know that these people are going to be saved. So we're also trying to keep that in mind. Dat hulle nie met seker moet deel waarmee ons moes gedeel het.
Yeah, we don't want to destroy them, we want to win them.
But exactly. En glo dit of nie, né? En ek wat ek nou sê ek God is my witness what I'm saying now. And it comes from a very, very truthful place. From my most purest place in my heart, I love these people. I really do. En dis wat Jesus ook gesê het, al baie keer, is like, love your enemies. And I have, and I still do. So I don't always like them, but I do. I honestly, I can ever say, I do love them, and I do understand where they're coming from because I was there. En Adele op die ou end van die dag, die goed wat oor my gesê word en gepost word, I did exactly the same thing with you.
Ja, dis die waarheid. Ja, dit is en ek moes daarmee gedeel het toe dit gebeur het.
Correct. So what you've done at that time when I was doing these things was such a beautiful example of who Jesus Christ is. Do you understand? So as ek nou moet mal gaan en goed wat ek het, bewyse van sekere goeders and stuff. If I have to go and post it, I'm a hypocrite. Do you understand? Because I've done exactly the same things. And I've made exactly the same type of posts and statements about other people when I was involved in Satanism. So I can know, say, oh, how dare they? Because I understand where they're coming from. I know where they are. I know their brokenness. I know a lot of these people and their backgrounds even. And I'm also in contact with some of their family members who have shared things with me, about their childhoods, these specific people and what they had to go. So ek verstaan heeltemal. I have a lot of compassion. And it's at the end of the day, it's not actually about me and you. It's about them. En die ene wat ons moet onthou, maybe I'll say this in English. The one thing we need to remember about toxic people, right, is that when they see they can't control you, they try to control how other people see you.
That's right.
So you have to remember that. So because that's then how they try to get a bit of control over what. But I mean, these people are completely driven by their insecurities.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you will often see they're constantly flaunting things like degrees and qualifications and stuff like that, because they come from a place of insecurity.
Ja.
Maar nou, wil jy iets sê of kan ek aangaan?
Nee, jy kan aangaan. Jy kan aangaan.
Okay. So you can also interrupt me if you think this becomes too much or too hectic. Then we can, But I think because this is the only video that I actually want to make about this, because it's trivial, and I'm doing this to put people at ease. I'm not, because I've never actually spoken about this, about what we're going to speak about tonight. So I think this is goed dat ons dit doen and we get it done. And then if in future anybody ever sends me a screenshot or a video again, then we send them this video and say, this is what it is. Maar,
ons het dit geantwoord en is nou verby.
Yeah. So just over 2 years ago, I'm going to start there, right? Because this is a beautiful thing for me, and I have shared this with people at seminars before, is that so oor 2 jaar terug, before I started getting legal resistance from certain Satanists, I started doing like seminars and talks voor ek stil gemaak was, daai tyd. So dit was so 2 maande na ek uit die Sataniese kerk uit bedank het, en ek het toe begin met 'n reeks workshops called Exposing Satanism. So I had like a ad designed for that. That I had a secretary at that time because I could still afford it. And then she went around and posted it in places and things like that. To TD, let's call him Dr. PhD for like we don't have to say anything else. To Dr. PhD gegaan, and he shared this ad on his Facebook. And he said a lot of things about me, and that was the beginning of it, actually. And then he also got a woman that she's in the Eastern Cape. She's close to, I think she's actually still in Port Elizabeth. So she used to be the chapter head of the South African Satanic Church in that area. En sy skryf artikels ook online, because I mean these people love writing articles and things. So sy het artikels geskryf online. Sy het oor jou artikel jare terug geskryf, where she tried to discredit satanic ritual abuse.
Ek onthou haar.
Yeah, but she also wrote an article and she used the very same ad in it. So what they didn't keep in mind with is my cell phone number was on that advert, right? So to iemand, so Dr. PhD's sister is a very much on fire Christian. I didn't know if you knew that, but so somebody from her church saw that ad for the seminar, for the workshop op sy Facebook. Want dis 'n pastoor wat in haar kerk is, wat vir hom obviously bid, nog steeds bid vandag. So they saw my ad for this workshop and he contacted me on that number. En die pastoor sê vir my, hy het die ad op hierdie persoon se Facebook gesien en wat het ek op hierdie stadium nodig? Like, what can he do to support me? To say van weer wat, I booked out this conference room at a hotel, because that was still at the Crystal Towers Hotel in Century City. And I paid a lot of money for the conference room to book it, but I didn't have enough money to book the catering and stuff, and I was obviously praying that it will come together, dat genoeg mense belangstel. Toe sê die pastoor vir my, hy wil die helfte van die seats uitboek en betaal for whoever wants to come. So whoever couldn't afford it could then actually come. And it came from that person's Facebook and what they were saying about me and this woman's article. Verstaan jy?
So die Here to die opportunity om vir jou te provide.
But exactly, you see, and since then, I mean, this was over 2 years ago, and that's one example of there's many of these things that has happened because of these people and how they've actually promoted us, and God has used all of it. En dis my punt wat ek probeer maak hier, so is dat mense wat in paniek ingaan oor hierdie goeders. I've also had quite a few lawyers and also an advocate recently wat ek by 'n kerk ontmoet het wat vir my gesê het as ek ooit hierdie ding wil legal maak en ek wil sue for libel of defamation, they will offer their services for free, but I don't want to do that because I don't see the point. To say let them do it because God is using it, and that is my point here. So ek het ook, and this is another thing that I found very interesting. So toe ek nou weer begin om seminare aan te bied na die Satanic Church nou gederegister is and the NDA was no longer in place, then I started doing seminars again and initially quietly en toe nou van my af saam met jou het pretty much alles begin saam doen. Maar toe een van my eerste seminare wat ek gaan aanbied het, toe kom 'n ma na my toe. So just hear this. This is absolutely beautiful and this is how awesome God works. Toe kom 'n ma na my toe, toe sê sy vir my, haar dogter het onlangs belang gestel om in Satanisme te begin, like wanting to discover it and see what it's about. And then she went on to Dr. PhD's profile because he's got a page for, you know, his title, what he calls himself, and then his actual personal one. So this girl went on both. She's like 22, 23. En toe sê sy vir haar ma, as dit is hoe Satanisme lyk, that it's constantly attacking people, it's constantly breaking people down. There isn't really much about actual Satanism on those platforms, by the way. Mense kan self gaan kyk. It's constantly criticizing, constantly breaking people down, insulting people. Not just me, I mean, a lot of people, like constant.
Yeah.
To decall that scene. To besluit sy net daar, she's not interested in Satanism because they are at the moment representing Satanism and paganism, and that's what people are seeing. That is the representation at the moment.
Ja. Maar Rian, ekskuus, mag ek jou interrupt as jy okay daarmee?
Of course. Ja.
The very thing that Satanists blame Christians for, judgment, gossip, blah, 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 nee, is exactly the same behavior. So, dis asof jy nie meer kan net staan en sê, ja, maar al die Christene doen dit, dis hoekom is ek 'n Satanist nie, because they have the same behavior that they blame other people for.
Yes, but these are the things that dan sê ek vir mense wat worry wat jy goed. Can't you see what's happening? Just allow God to be God. And if it really bothers you that much, pray for them because they do need love. They do need they do need, because they don't realize, and I was there, and this is why I'm saying it. They don't realize that the love of Christ and Jesus is even an option for them. So ek bid die hele tyd dat God homself moet openbaar, daar so soveel as moontlik. But coming back to the double standards, daar's verskriklik baie goedes wat ons kan oor ingaan, wat you know, the very things that they supposedly say and stand for, they are contradicting in their behavior. Jy weet, en dis klein goed, but still, I mean, and it's also a thing of wat vir my baie interessant is van hierdie een spesifieke persoon is dat, so he thinks, and I think this is one of the fables that he's telling himself that's in his mind. So hy dink, en baie van die mense wat comment op die goed is, van die screenshots wat ek nou gesien het, hulle dink die occult, you can actually study it in books and, you know, online, and you can share spells and things, and that's how you learn what the occult is really about. Maar wat hulle nie besef nie is that when this person was actually still in primary school, 7, 8 years old, I was already busy with the occult. Okay, and I wasn't reading books and in little groups of people. I was actually practicing it full time. I didn't do it as, you know, it's a reading assignment of I'm studying. I practiced it, and I did that for 16 years. And that is how you actually learn what the occult is, by practicing it, not by studying things. And because the occult goes beyond the construct of philosophy and religion and science. It doesn't fit into those frameworks. So nou sien ek hierdie conversations ook in hulle WhatsApp groepe. And it's people mostly complaining about they don't have money to pay their rent, of there's a klomp Christian blasphemous memes or Christianity, or it's a spell, or it's this. That is not actually how it works. So hierdie groep mense kan nie, as hulle moet saamkom, right, and actually probeer om 'n spel to, they won't be able to raise enough energy to make a fly move across a room. I mean, that is what we're dealing with here, verstaan jy? And then I'm not, exactly, so I'm not saying that is all occultists, but these specific group of people.
Like, Rian, ek ken jou te goed, nee. Ek het gesien wat jy wou sê en wat jy gedink het and how you correct yourself and came back. That's so funny.
Thank you. Yeah, maar so that's one of the other reasons that I'm not concerned, because I have enough knowledge and literal experience of what the occult actually is, as opposed to what these people are busy with. And then this is for my baie interessant work that, you know, Dr. PhD, he literally contacts every person that I've done interviews with. So the moment there's an interview out, he contacts that person. And then firstly tries to discredit, it means to stuur vir my die boodskappe. I mean, they send me the messages. So, and dan sit statements to us, you know, what I'm busy saying is the reason why they are struggling financially and hoekom hulle, I mean, if you are an occultist, if you are an actual occultist, you will not have an issue with money. And I get that, and I mean, I'm not trying to sell occultism, maar jy gaan jouself eers bereik. You're gonna actually empower yourself and enrich your own life before you do spells on people. That's ridiculous. It's like, that is like, I'm sorry, you know, Dr. PhD or Little Man or Sinky Binky, I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. And yeah, this is what it is. That's fun. And I'm not trivializing occultism, want dit is 'n real actual ding wat deur die duiwel gebruik word en wat mense onder heavy demonic influence is. But the level that they are doing it on, and what there's geen comprehension van wat die occultism of the occult en Satanism actually in Christianity regtig is nie. But now you want to make posts about it. But you don't actually, but if you haven't had an experience with Jesus Christ, how can you actually criticize a person's relationship with Christ? Number one, if you haven't really experienced and done certain things to call yourself an occultist, you are a student of the occult, or you have a PhD in, what is it, esotericism and sex magic. I mean, I'm sure you're going to change the world with it. Who knows? But sorry, like, you have absolutely no, what are you talking about here? So that honey or dit nie, it's literally just attacking people the whole time. So that's what I'm saying. This is of no consequence. It's not even proper devil worship. That is, it's what.
Ja. Rian, Donnie en ek het nogal gepraat daaroor hoe baie van hierdie ouens se education wat hulle wel het is meestal in theology.
Correct.
Want dit is die naaste aan spiritual studies wat jy kon kry vir baie lank in Suid-Afrika, en die ander goed was baie limited. So nou dat hulle die meeste van die theological studies gedoen het, by the way, dieselfde ding wat hulle kritiseer is waarna hulle highly ge-educated is. Hulle is nie highly ge-educated aan die ander kant nie, hulle is highly ge-educated in Christianity.
Ja. So
ek dink die baie mense weet dat Dr. PhD se studies meestal dit was nie, né?
Ja, ek voel, ek wou iets nou ook gesê het about who actually did most of those thesis and stuff, because I have proof, but I'm not going to talk about that. But again, I don't want to expose people. But yeah, that is, It is what it is. But the point I'm trying to bring across is there's no reason here for concern coming from those group of people.
Yeah.
There is actual occultists, and I've met them.
Yes.
There is actual Satanists, and I've met them as well. But this is not it. This is an excuse or a method to be an edgelord, to actually upset Christians and to pick arguments with Christians the whole time and get off of it. En dit is die ding wat baie mense doen wat trauma experience het, en wat geboelie is as kinders, en wat hulle moet 'n manier kry om ander mense seer te maak. Because
Yes.
this is what hulle self-empower. And I was also one of those people as well. So that's what it is. It really isn't anything more. En seker so 2 maande terug, bietjie minder as 2 maande actually, toe die high priest van die grotto van die northern suburbs my gekontak, en hy het toe nou gesê hy wil 'n meeting met my hê, which initially I was like, why? But then I agreed, and I said, okay, we can meet in a public space. So for most people who don't know, because we talk about SWAT and these things, but we haven't really talked much publicly. So elke area in Suid-Afrika en obviously international, het covens wat bestaan uit 9+ mense, to call it a coven. And then every bigger area has a grotto where covens come together twice a year for high days to meet, and then the covens falls under the grotto, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so the grotto high priest of the northern suburbs contacted me. So hy wou iets anders by my eerstens geweet het about certain people, which I didn't feel comfortable with discussing. En die ander ding wat hy toe opgebring het is that they are more concerned about that person as well than Christians because of the way that Satanism and the occult is being represented. Want onthou ook, die meerderheid van sataniste wil nie publicly daaroor praat nie. So they're not making posts about it. Ek weet the Church of Satan has certain public platforms and the TST, the Satanic Temple, has certain platforms. But the majority, die actual mense wat rarig vir jare lank al sataniste is, hulle kan nie bekostig om daaroor te praat en post daaroor te maak en goed nie, because they have very, very high profile jobs and careers and things. So nou is daar hierdie, what can we call them, like off type of group of people that's doing it, but they're doing it from a place of extreme anger and hurt, and they often confuse themselves anger with power. So they think they're very powerful, and that they're fighting for rights of people and religious freedom, which there already is, by the way. So there is religious freedom in die land. Ons hoef nie daarvoor te beklei nie. It is there, by all means. So it gives people the right to say that they are pagans or they are even occultists and they are Satanists, and it gives me the right to say I'm a Christian, and it gives, that, so I don't have an issue with that at all. So you don't have to fight that hard for it to make a point. But it is, it is what it is. So ek dink ek gaan wel, en ek bid, nee, dit is miskien verkeerd gesê, ek hoop nie ek gaan te veel lag nie, but there is some of these things that I want to read tonight, and I want to comment on them. But before we go there, is there anything you want to say before I go into the pagan thing a bit?
Nee, ek dink ek is reg, ek sal jou interrupt as ek iets wil sê.
Okay.
Jy doen goed.
Cool. So iets waarvoor ek nou al lank gebid het, en ek sê dit met alle eerlikheid, is dat mense moet begin sien, daar's 'n link, daar's 'n connection between paganism and Satanism.
Ja.
Want toe ek in Satanisme betrokke was, ons het dit gedeny for a long time, and then there was also a lot of pagan groups that denied it as well. Now it's out in the open, and they opened it up. I didn't do it. So
yeah.
to the Satanic Church deregister was, toe baie van die Sataniste oorgegaan na pagan groups too, like organized pagan groups, because there's quite a few in Cape Town, and there's 1 or 2 in Joburg, there's 1 in George, waarvan ek weet Port Elizabeth has, like basically everywhere. they have certain pagan groups, and I'm not criticizing people's choice or their religion, maar baie van die sataniste het toe nou besluit in Suid-Afrika, en die met wie ek nou al kontak gehad het ook intussen, om oor te gaan na die pagan groups toe en deel te neem aan hulle rituals, because they are obviously very comfortable doing that. En toe het sekere mense nou ook dit public gemaak dat hulle, dat hulle ek het probeer. Okay, okay, so ja, dit sekere mense nou gaan public maak dat hulle die paralegal is vir 'n sekere pagan organization that's supposed to represent paganism in this country. And the other person that's involved, let's just call him Ali McBeal for now. So Ali McBeal is the paralegal, the paralegal. So a paralegal is someone that has done a 16-week course. You can do it at UCT, jy gaan Google as jy wil. So jy kan ook 'n 16 weke, en dit is 4 maande. Jy kan 'n 4 maande kursus doen as jy ook 'n paralegal. Okay. So, but it's a big thing. Okay. So for them, I mean. Okay. Not for me. But so they have 2 paralegals running this organization. So the other one that was involved with the interview that we did on the Royal Council, Adele. Oh, dis so goed. Wat 'n lag. Okay. Ek is probeer. Okay. So the other one, so hy gebruik so wat ek dink wat baie mense nie weet nie, en hy het dit miskien ook vergeet. In 2009, nee, toe ek in Wilderness gebly. So I met him in person. En die foto wat hy gebruik as sy profile photo is not how he actually looks. So, and it's also not his real name, by the way. So hy gebruik 'n foto van, ek weet nie hoe lank terug, because when I met him in 2009, he was already 60 in the shade, right? So now we're about more than 10 years later. So, but yeah, my punt is ook net dat I'm not intimidated by a geriatric furnace queen. I'm not. Like, I really can't. En die hele purpose van daai organisation, want hulle is ook al lank in die ronde. There's something that's called the Witchcraft Suppression Act of 1957. So dis 'n wet wat in ons nog steeds in ons land is, né? Dit is in ons land se wette. It's the Witchcraft Suppression Act of 1957. So the whole purpose of that organization was to actually take that little small law out of our legal system, and they haven't managed to do it still till today. So the only thing that they've actually mastered was their keyboards. Want the other thing, sorry, maar hierdie mense, hulle is so braaf op die internet en hulle is baie braaf in die comments, maar wanneer hulle raakloop in die dorp op errands, dan kan hulle nie vir my kyk nie. So I've seen stuff, you know, like in comments and this massive statements, you know, about like how bad I am and what a traitor I am and as hulle my gaan raakloop, you know. And then I run into some of them and they can't look at me. And ek is baie vriendelik as ek hulle sien. Like I'm like, hello, you know, because, why not? Jy het niks aan my gedoen nie. So but so a lot of, and this is the thing that I'm always telling people as well, wanneer hulle vir ons goed begin aanstuur. Onthou dat hierdie mense hulle is baie braaf and online. Jy het op 'n punt te sê hulle hulle het online ballas, but they don't have actual balls.
Hulle het virtual balls.
There we go. Yes.
Ja, dit is so, want ek het iemand ontmoet wat ook artikels vir my geskryf het en so aan. En actually, ek like to know die ouetjie. Ek dink hy's baie nice, nee, maar dit wat ek gesien het voor my en dit wat die artikels wat ek van myself op die internet gelees het wat hierdie persoon vir my geskryf het, die twee het net nie saamgekom nie. Dit het net nie, en ek was disappointed because I expected, I expected power and like rulership and authority en te kry ek het nie, en ek was bietjie disappointed daaroor. Marian, kan ons dit ek weet nie wat wil jy nou, kan ons bietjie net divert na jou sondes toe?
Ja, ons kan, maar dit was een van die comments, een van die posts.
Ja, okay, so ek wil vir julle net gou hierdie storie vertel, net soos 10 sekondes, want ek weet dis eintlik nou Rian se show hierdie, nee?
No, it's not, I'll go for it.
Ek het 'n paar jaar terug het ek so ook maar 'n groepie gehad. Mense wat my gesupport het. Hulle was lief vir my en alles en hulle het eintlik my gaan bid in die Here nie, maar so kom iemand toe eendag na my, hulle sê vir my, Adele, iemand anders het vir ons vertel, jy het saam met 'n ander man geslaap. En toe sê ek vir hulle, Adele sal nooit so iets doen nie. En nou die realiteit van Christianity is as jy iets in die duisternis doen, gaan die vyand jou daarmee blackmail.
Ja.
Guaranteed. En ek het daai les baie lank terug geleer. So teen daai tyd het ek dit al geconfess, het ek al vergifnis gevra, wat ook al, maar ek het mos nou nie nodig om op Facebook alles te vertel nie, maar ek stap 'n journey met myself en met my repentance en al hierdie goedjies, nê? En toe hierdie mense na my toe kom en vir my sê, daar's hierdie kinderstorie oor my en hulle het vir hulle gesê, Adele sal nooit so iets doen nie. Toe kyk ek vir die vrou te sê ek vir my, ek het dit gedoen. Daai vrou was so kwaad vir my, want die image wat sy oor my gehad het ek nou gedestrooi met my eerlikheid. Maar dit is 'n les wat ek baie vroeg geleer het en dis een van die goeders wat ek van Rian hou, is jy kan hom nie blackmail met enige iets nie, want voordat jy hom wil blackmail, gaan hy vir jou vertel wat sy goeders het alles gedoen. So as hierdie ouens goeders op hulle bladsye of op Facebook of op TikTok of wat ook al sê en sê, o, Rian is nou 'n Christen, maar weet die wêreld, hy het dit gedoen. Moenie worry nie, die boek kom uit, ons gaan vir julle al sy sondes vertel. We just don't care, right?
Exactly, but see, and it's part of the testimony for me as well, because yes, I did terrible stuff. I really did. And I've never denied it. And I've never denied these things because I did it. And God has saved me from those things. And this is the thing that people don't get it. And dit sê nie die sataniste nie, dit is ander mense ook, en baie keer Christene. They don't actually get what salvation means. And that God can actually save you and that you can be redeemed from those things. En ek probeer nie daardie te sê dat ek myself nou verontskuldig nie. En dat dit nou okay is nie, want ek moes al baie keer met mense kontak gemaak het uit my verlede uit, that I have exposed to certain things, and I've tried to tell them that if you actually need help, you have to go to a professional person or whatever, I will take absolute responsibility for that process. Maar dan party dink ek ook, wat dink julle doen sataniste? Because guess what? I was a Satanist. I did, yes, and I did worse things than what they're writing about. This is the other thing. So, daar word goed gesê, dan dink ek, okay, ja, yes, but that's half the story. The actual full story is much worse that I've done. And I have no reason to hide it. I mean, part of the things that we are discussing in our courses and in our SWAT sessions is we talk about these things. En ek sê, en jy het ook al baie gedoen, dis wat ons gedoen het daai tyd, dis die goed, dis so 'n ritual like, dit is wat gebeur by social gatherings, wat sataniste hou. This is what happens. And we talk, and we did it, and we know it happens because we did it ourselves. We're not hiding it. I'm not hiding it. No. Because
in Rian, we have to ask ourselves, hoekom weet hulle al hierdie goed? Because they were there.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's like, hello.
Ja, maar ek laat ook hoe hulle nie, hulle deel wat hulle ook gedoen het. Because I bring up certain things. Yeah, they bring up certain gatherings and social things, but they don't talk about what they've done and probably still doing. And I mean, it's not a judgment. I'm not judging them. I was there and I understand the demonic influence and demonic oppression. En daardeur probeer ek sê dat because I was possessed, because I certainly was, and I was oppressed, because I was possessed and embraced, that demons make me do it. I knew very well what I was doing.
So you take full responsibility.
I take full responsibility because I was a Satanist. I did those things, yes. But let's just color in the picture, like if you want to talk about those things, let's talk about it. I'm happy to do that. Wil jy nog iets gesê het of kan ons na van die posts so gaan?
Kom ons gaan na die posts toe.
Okay. Cool.
Ek wil net wag ek gaan hierdie sê. Ons het nou nog so 27 minute oor. 15, 16, 18 minute oor. Maar ons gaan nie noodwendig 9 uur klaar maak vanaand nie. Ons mag dalk so 'n bietjie oorgaan. So vir die van julle wat paniek en sê maar die tyd loop uit, just chill, ons sal by julle uitkom.
Ja, maar ek dink ook as daar vrae is vanaand, dan kan ons dit sommer antwoord.
Ja, en dan wil ons natuurlik afsluit met goeie nuus.
Of course will ons.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So, people can go read these posts themselves. Like I said, I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but that is like, I find it as essays. I mean, there's cum laude stuff, there's PhD level. It was the written assignment for that day. So,
en al die woorde, en dan dink ons is baie intelligent, en dan moet ons...
Absolutely. Ja, en ons is apparently ook anti-intellectuals.
Net nie dit nie.
Yeah, we like anti-intellectuals. And I'm not an anti-intellectual. I'm just like... Het jy geweet dat minder as 1% van die landse bevolking het PhDs? Did you know that?
Sure.
Less than 1%. Okay, number one. So that is the reality. The other reality is there's about 14 to 16 million people, depending how you look at the scale, wat rarig in hierdie land swaar kry. From extreme poverty to like less than lower class type of incomes. And that is the scale. So that's why I don't care about these things in terms of like the academia, and because it doesn't matter. Die enigste mense wat by akademia saak maak is mense in akademia. But it doesn't. Okay. So,
maar Rian, ekskuus, ek wil net gou ietsie daarop sê, né? Die rede hoekom ek nie my doctorate, dit is nie 'n PhD nie, dis 'n doctorate. Die rede hoekom ek hom nie adverteer nie, is omdat hy was in 'n spesifieke rigting, in 'n spesifieke groep. Hy's nie geakkrediteer by Suid-Afrikaanse Universiteit nie.
Ja.
So, as ek kon met my studies kon ek by 'n psychiatric hospital in Amerika gaan studeer het en my internship doen. Maar in Suid-Afrika beteken hy niks nie. Maar in my veld beteken hy iets. Maar hy beteken nie vir die landswette iets nie. So
absolutely.
En ek wil dit mention, want hierdie mense sê ook gereeld, Adele weet nie waarvan sy praat nie, want sy het hierdie, dink ek, weet jy wat, dude, jy weet nie eers hoe werk hierdie veld nie.
No, but this is the thing. But they don't, but this is exactly the point. They don't actually know what the occult is, because they've studied it in books and they've studied it online. That's not how you actually learn about it. And they don't honestly also know what it means to know Christ, but yet they say a lot about it. So that is, en wat ek love ook is hierdie ding van hulle vat mense aan oor grammar en oor voorkoms en hoe jy like and things that it's actually got nothing to do with the argument. But it's like constant attacks about stuff that I'm just like, where do you have the time to even think about it? En dan, wat ook interessant is die rede hoekom ek satanisme verlaat het volgens hulle, het nou ook al baie verander. So, en ek het al die posts, en goed, wat het oor verskillende redes nou gaan. So, eers was dit, dit is 'n geldding. So,
ek het hom gehoor.
So for a year they said, no, I left Satanism at the occult because there's more money in Christianity. And I mean, okay, sure. Ek gaan niks sê nie. Dan die ander
dis die grootste grap van die century though.
I know.
Ja, okay.
But again, ja. So die ander ding is dat ek het ook apparently Satanisme verlaat en my experience begin share because I'm looking for attention. And Dr. PhD sent a message, well, a few actually, to some of these people who interviewed me and said, Rian loves the limelight. Now, as ek die limelight gelove het, né? So ek ja gesê het vir elke interview request wat nou in my inbox lê vir die laaste paar maande. I would be able then to do an interview every day. If I said
die rapport wat jy weer gehad het?
Nee, never mind the report. I mean, do you know how many podcasts and things from overseas people contact me and say, come on this podcast, come on this thing, come on this radio station, come on this TV thing.
Ja.
Like, ek sal net interviews doen elke dag as ek wou, if I love the limelight that much. But I do not have the time. We are in ministry. That is my, and the rewards that I'm getting from seeing people being delivered and becoming free and actually meeting Christ and following Christ, not following me because I don't care. I need followers as much as I need an anus on my elbow. Maar asseblief volg vir Jesus. Moenie vir my volg nie. Like I do not actually, ek beloof jou, I do not care. Follow Christ. I don't need people to follow me. Maar so as dit oor die limelight gegaan het, dan so ek mos al hierdie interviews gedoen het that I'm constantly invited to. So at the moment I'm saying yes to one a week. That's literally what I have the capacity for. Anyway, maar nou hoor gou die post. Okay, want nou die liedste is dat ek is bang gewees om exposed te word. I was scared of being exposed for certain things I was involved in. That's why I left Satanism. Okay. So I have to be so I'm going to try my best. Okay, not to. Okay. Oh, okay. Believe in whichever gods you want, Rian, that's me. But do not use your newfound platform to preach victimhood after swimming naked with men 20 years your junior. Intimidated chemists into giving you Ritalin so you could crush and snort it while feeding psychoactive substances to impressionable young men staying at your home. Blah, 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 blah. Further intended to provoke Christians. Well, okay, hierdie stuk gaan ek ook lees voor ek respond. Provoke Christians and market your products. Okay, which I don't know what products it is. You are not being influenced by demons or Satan. This was not some obscure counsel that you could loom over people's heads and intimidate them while avoiding accountability. This is who you are. You are afraid that someone will expose you as mutton dressed up as lamb, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, so now, eerstens, but I can say that your PhD has failed your maths. Okay, because it wasn't 20 years. I was 40 at that time, and the people you are referring to were 23 and 25. So dis nie heeltemal 40, dis bietjie minder. Okay, but I did do that. I didn't just swim with them though. So daar's meer in die storie. Ek het nie net saam met kaal mense geswem nie. En dit was nie net mans nie, daar was vrouens ook. And this wasn't just one incident, there was a lot. I was a Satanist. We didn't, wat dink mense doen Sataniste?
Jou desires in Satanisme, jou desires wat jy het, mag jy ultimately pursue en doen net wat jy wil.
Yes.
So daar's nie morele high ground reels en wat ek wil. So
I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, what do they think people think Satanists do? Sit ons langs die swembad gesit en cucumber, toebroodjies geëet. Like, what do people think we were doing?
Jy het dit op hulle oë gesit.
That was hectic. And then this part was beautiful about intimidating chemists into giving you Ritalin. So, no, not exactly. I didn't have to intimidate or blackmail anybody. In Satanism, it works like a network, right? So, daar's heelwat dokters en mense van all sorts of professions wat sataniste is en wat deel was van die Suid-Afrikaanse Sataniese Kerk. So I could literally pick up the phone and phone these doctors and say, I need a script for this drug or that drug, whatever it was I wanted, and they would write it for me. Yes. And once you have a script, you can go to a chemist. You don't have to intimidate a chemist. The world doesn't work that way. So jy vat dan daai skrip en dan gaan kry jy jou pille by die apteek. En ek het nie net Ritalin gesnyf nie. I had a massive cocaine problem for almost 2 years while I was a Satanist. En daar was cocaine and drugs by elke satanic ritual, by elke satanic gathering that's still going on. You're not going to use my past to blackmail me. En wat ek vir my beautiful is nou, is that, so there's also, I don't know how much you know. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know how much you know about the dark web, but there is websites. So whilst I was involved in Satanism and at the South African Satanic Church, I was very actively involved in satanic ritual abuse. And because there's a lot of these people that say now that that doesn't exist. But so during these rituals, a lot of footage was made and recorded of rituals. That was net to the satanic ritual abuse. There was hidden cameras and goed by baie van die goed to blackmail people if they wanted to leave one day. And so baie van die video's van wat daar gebeur het, is op die oomblik op die dark web, wat jy my kan sien in my ritual attire, beating people and doing all sorts of things. That happens in Satanism. So if people want to share those things and expose, do it. Want die wêreld gaan sien wat in sataniese rituals gebeur. And if my past is exposed in that way, if God can use that, I do not have a problem with it. Sê wat julle wil, skryf wat julle wil, asseblief, do that. It has no consequence. You are exposing Satanism as well by doing it, and that is kind of what we're doing in our ministry, is that people can see what's really going on. En die ding is ook, nou, daar's hierdie notion, ook in van die posts, dat enige iemand wat my nou ooit ontmoet het, sal weet, vir enigiets met my te doen het. You know, like anybody who's ever met me will know that it has been, you know, like the type of person I am and which is true. I also, if you met me then, absolutely. Ek sou nie myself al geken het. Ek sou ook, en weer Adel, ek loop baie keer partyke by plekke en dan sien ek hoe mense in die public tantrums gooi en skree en vloek. I used to do that. That was the person I used to be.
Marian, ek jammer.
So, hierdie persoon en baie van die mense in die comments, hulle skryf van 'n oogpunt af van who they knew me to be then. And that's true. That's who I was. I am a new creation now in Christ, but they don't get it. For some reason, they don't actually get what Jesus does for people and what you are free from. En wanneer ek hierdie goed lees, en ek weer eens, ek sê dit aan alle eerlikheid, wanneer ek hierdie goed lees, ek dank vir God dat ek nie meer in hierdie goed betrokke is nie, because of this type of stuff. I mean, hello. Like,
Rian, op jou journey die afgelope paar maande, net waarvan ek weet, het daar al hoeveel mense wat terwyl jy nog betrokke was, wat jy 10 jaar terug geken het, en wanneer kom nou tot bekering en dan kontak hulle jou, dan sê hulle, dan journey julle saam, which is actually phenomenal. En dan wil ek ook net sê vir die van julle wat nou hierdie goed vir die eerste keer hoor, niks wat hy sê verbaas my nie. Ek en Rian het al baie oor hierdie goed gepraat. Hy het al geconfess, nie dat ek sy confessional person is nie, maar hy het al met my gepraat en so niks van hierdie goed is nuut nie. Ons fasiliteer net hierdie gesprek vanaand, want dit is 'n belangrike gesprek om te hê, né?
Yes.
Ja, absolutely. En ek dink ook dit is 'n eye-opener vir die meeste van julle wat hierdie video kyk, want ek seker ander mense gaan dit ook kyk, julle weet, nudge, wink, wink, maar vir baie mense is hierdie die unspoken territory. Ons praat nie oor hierdie goeters nie, want dit is jy weet, almal dink satanisme is 'n pentagram en jy slag 'n kat en dan gaan jy huis toe, and it's not that. Dit is wild. En dan kom jy daar uit en jy huil die meeste aande jouself in die slaap because you have such a guilty conscience because of the things that you've done. En 'n groot gedeelte, and I've said this before, ek wil amper sê 'n groter gedeelte van recovery hier uit is self-forgiveness.
Yes. And I had to literally, because I mean, can you imagine when I met Jesus and that he told me that I can be forgiven if I repent.
Yeah.
Right? And then God still had to walk a path with me with deliverance where I had to accept, this is an important part, I had to accept that forgiveness.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I do not take responsibility for things that I've done while I was involved in Satanism, because I certainly do. En ek betaal nog steeds daagliks 'n paaiemente af aan dit. But the point being, if any of this is used, and I know it is, and God can turn anything into whatever he wants to do for God's kingdom, and that it shows people who Satanists actually are, because it does. These type of posts and comments says more about them than it says about me or you. Because hoeveel van die posts gaan actually oor satanisme of die occult?
Yeah. Yes.
So you are like, that's why do it. Make them. Post away, gaan vir goud, gaan vir platinum. Go for it. Because it has anything else. I can net met alle eerlikheid say, because of the love and the peace that I feel since I've met Christ. It goes the same for religious Christians that's making comments and posts and videos. That maak nie saak nie. Dit maak nie saak nie, because the peace and love and joy that I have, it overshadows, it overshines all of those things. En daai goed is nie real nie. Sorry, Facebook is nie real eers nie. It's not. It's like it's a representation of certain things, but God is so much bigger than that, than this physical world even.
Sure.
En ek weet wie ek in Christus is. I know exactly who I am. So why would this matter? That is at times funny, and I laugh about it. And in ander tye kry ek hulle jammer. En die tyd toe ek daarbo was, by jou in Johannesburg, I met people who actually, they studied with Dr. PhD at one stage, and I've met them, and what they were doing for the whole year, basically, at times this year, was they gauged whether he was in need for food, and he was going through a bit of challenges financially as well. En hulle het van kortpakkies by sy dorm gaan aflewer, of the flat, the thing he was staying at on campus. And I've also given money for them to be able to do that I can eat, because he can never say that Jesus has not done anything for him because of that. And more than that, Jesus died on the cross for him, for all of them.
Sure.
So I can't go around and be hateful, because I'm not even angry. Ek is net so van, ek kry hierdie mense so jammer. En ek bid genuinely elke dag vir hulle, dat die manier wat God homself aan my geopenbaar het, that he will do the same. Because that's how they will actually realize that Christ is an option, and Christ is the only way to get out of it.
Yes. Sure. Ek het vandag 'n interessante video gesien. Eintlik het ek dit al van tevore ook gesien, maar iemand het dit vandag weer met my geshare, Nico, ons boekhouer, nee. En dis van 'n vrou wat 'n psychiatric breakdown gehad het. En sy was die news anchor van 'n baie groot TV radiostasie thing. En die oggend het sy nog charge gevat en 'n hele radiostasie geran en daai aand is sy in 'n hospitaal waar sy elke 15 minute op suicide watch dopgehou word. En daar kom iemand in en hulle gee vir haar 'n skapie, 'n teddybeer skapie wat sy vashou en hy sê vir haar, the lamb knows where to find you. En dit is so profound because the lamb knows where to find you. Jy's nie te donker of te diep of te ver weg of te hoog op of te slim of te dom of te ryk of te arm. The lamb knows where to find you.
Amen. Ja, I can testify to that.
Powerful. Ja. Dis baie mooi.
Okay, ek dink ek is nou klaar gepraat.
Oh, dit was nou so lekker. Okay, maar oor hier's nou niemand wat vir ons vra nie. Janice vra of sy die video mag share. So asseblief julle oudjies like en share asseblief. Ons wil graag baie views op hierdie. Nou klink ek soos 'n social marketing person.
Soos 'n influencer.
Ek klink soos 'n influencer. Carolee sê we are in this world but not of this world.
Amen.
En Audrey sê wat die duiwel bedoel vir sleg, draai die Here altyd om vir goed. En dit is absoluut die waarheid, né? Rian, daar is nou 'n bietjie ietsie waarmee ek en jy besig is. So die mense weet so bietjie ons het swat gedoen hierdie jaar. Dit sou net 'n 3 maande ding gewees het, 12 weke, praat so bietjie oor satanisme en staffies en gee bietjie teachings. En toe word dit van die begin van Mei maand tot die einde, ons het actually môre ons laaste Engelse swat, Dinsdag ons laaste Afrikaanse een, en dit was 'n huge success. En toe het ons besluit om 'n MPO te stig, en dit is Deliverance Hub. En ons launch die 1 Desember ons prospektus. Dit is volgende Sondag vir die kursusse wat ons gaan aanbied. Ons het 'n jaarkursus met 25 topics en dan so daar's 50 weke word jy besig gehou. In een bied Rianne 'n teaching aan en dan bied ek die volgende week die ander kant van die teaching aan rondom Christianity and spiritual warfare en so aan. So ons het 4 kursusse, maar julle moet uitkyk asseblief vir die prospektus. Ek glo daar gaan amazing goed van daar kom.
I think is another thing to say, because I didn't read some of the other posts because I thought it doesn't matter, but we are actually not, because there's also this theory that we are using the fear that Christians have of the devil and demons to capitalize on that. Okay, so despite popular belief, we don't actually talk about the devil and Satan and demons that much. No, we're actually teaching people about their identity in Christ, about the authority we have over these things, and showing people what demonic deception and oppression and things look like, and how to empower. We're actually empowering the body of Christ for the times such as this. That is really what these courses are about. So it's more focused upon the overcoming of things, the authority we have over the kingdom of darkness as the followers of Christ, and to empower the body of Christ. That is what it is in a nutshell. Despite popular belief that it's just about the devil, or capitalizing on, I need to say this with a straight face, capitalizing on the fear that Christians have of demons. So that's actually not, you're missing the point again, Cindy Binky.
Almal wat swat gedoen het hierdie jaar, gaan testify that it wasn't about the devil.
Yeah. Can I say I know I've said this in SWAT and at the SWAT gatherings and the online classes, maar ons het nog dit nie op 'n so oop platform gesê nie, maar onthou jy in Mei toe ons letterlik daaroor begin praat het, because Adele en ek het basically albei die calling gekry that this is what we need to do, but we didn't initially talk about it with each other. But when we started talking about it, I actually prayed, and I don't do this often where I ask for certain confirmation or signs, because I don't prefer doing that. But I did do it, and I said to God that if we get 20 people to sign up for SWAT. We know it's supposed to be.
Yes.
And yeah, we got 32 to start with. And throughout the year, between the two groups, there were over 60 students in total. So it's been an amazing confirmation and a blessing. And we could not have done it without the SWAT people at all. Ons kon dit definitief sê.
Ja. En dan vra Errol, wanneer kom jou boek uit, Rian? Almal wag daarvoor.
Ek weet. So keep your eyes on things in early next year. So yes, that's all I can say at this stage.
Ja, ons gaan dit verseker bemark. Julle kan dit nie mis nie of julle gaan dit nie mis nie. Ons sê nou vir julle, dit gaan regtig groot gaan. Ons is net gou besig met 'n paar staffies agter die scenes, maar hy's op pad. So en dan sê Lee Chantay, SWAT was amazing. I can testify to that. So dit was regtig en ons het baie moeite gedoen om verhoudings te bou. So as ek in die Kaap was, het ons mense ontmoet. As jy hierbo was, het ons mense ontmoet. Hulle het mekaar begin support. Hulle het begin om vir mekaar te bid. As daar struggles was, het ons gekyk wat kan ons doen. Dit het 'n community geraak en toe uit dit is hoe Black Sheep toe gevorm is. En ons het gesê ons moet 'n platform skep waar almal wat voel hulle pas nêrens in nie, dat hulle geminister kan word. So hierdie visie het so gegroei en eintlik was dit random. Ons het nie eens baie effort ingesit nie, Rian. Dit was soos, iemand kort 'n plek. Ons is die Black Sheep. Okay, nou het ons Black Sheep. Nee, dit was crazy as ek daaraan dink. Karen sê sy stem saam met Lee Chantay. Dit was amazing geweest. So ons en natuurlik wil ek amper sê ons is ek en Rian, ons gaan julle waarskynlik teleurstel. Want ons is nie perfek nie, ons is doodgewone mense.
Ja.
Ons is doodgewone mense wat die liefde van Jesus ervaar het en dis belangriker as enigiets anders. En ons gaan ons bes doen om julle te support en om julle lief te hê en om julle te help groei sodat julle die beste weergawe van julleself kan wees, dat elkeen van julle die persoon kan word wat God oorspronklik besef het of beplan het wat julle moet wees. So please don't fix your eyes on us. Please fix your eyes on Jesus. Want as jy my op 'n platform sit, beteken dit God moet my daar afval. En ek sien nie kans vir daai moeilikheid.
En dis hoekom ek sê dit seker vir elke interview wat ek doen, of selfs wanneer mense my in die publiek raakloop en my herken en met my wil praat en foto's neem, dan sê ek, just remember that Jesus is the star. Jesus Christ is the star. It's not about me. It's not, at all.
Ja. Rian, ek onthou 2.5 jaar terug, is al langer as 2 jaar terug, toe jy my bel en jy kom tot bekering en al hierdie goedjies. Ek onthou dat ek jou amper elke week gebel het en vir jou gesê het, is jy okay? Nee. En julle sal nie glo nie, maar ek wou hom in 'n boksie sit en hom in watte toedraai en hom net gaan wegsteek vir die storms wat kom. And God has raised up. Wat is daai bome in Amerika wat daai breë stamme het? Hulle is honderde jare oud. Dit vat 25 mans om hulle te omcirkel.
Oh, yes.
Daai bome. Jy Rian, jy so boom. God has raised you up. En 'n windjie gaan jou nou nie omblaas nie, nê? So just keep your eyes fixed on that. And guys, moenie paniek nie, ons is okay. As ek op TikTok is, dis 'n redwood tree. As ek op TikTok is en die mense sê my sleg, dan stuur mense vir my boodskappe en sê, Adal, is jy okay? Trust my, ek's okay, Rian is okay. Ons kan wel doen met julle gebede.
Ja, all the time.
En ek het also gesê, I would rather have 10 prayer warriors as wat ek 10 givers het.
Amen. Ja.
Want met jou geld kan ek nie veel doen nie. Wel, dit is soms lekker, nê, maar met jou gebed kan ek dit vervat. Dis hy. Enigiets waarmee jy wil afsluit, Rian?
Ja, ag ek dink dit was cool dat ons hierdie gedoen het. maar net oor, ja, like people have asked and people talk about it. So I thought let's just address it once and for all and then it's done. We don't have to talk about it again.
Ja, nou is dit klaar.
Yeah, so if anybody ever is going to ask me or tell me, you know, about people making videos or posts, whether it being Satanists or pagans or other Christians, legalists, this is the video to share with them.
Ja, stuur maar dit vir hulle, né? Laat ek net kyk, ek dink daar's nog 'n comment. Sê love julle en Gwen sê ek wil nie klaarmaak nie. Sorry Gwen. Ons is lief vir julle. Dankie Rian, jy's 'n bless. Okay, praat weer, né? Baie julle.